I sometimes forget how young Michael Morales is. He's 26, which means he's only going to get stronger and stronger from now. Hasn't yet reached his physical prime. But I do feel as though he doesn't have enough notable wins for him to be a significant favorite against Sean Brady. On paper, I still think he's a very good fighter. He's what I'd like to call a physicality merchant. And what's nice about him is that he's long, standing at 6 foot, but he's not the lanky long like an Ian Gary, where he's not that physical, especially in the grappling realm. He's got a lot of muscle on him, and the fact that he's an Ecuadorian national wrestling champion just makes it more effective in MMA. I don't think his wrestling has translated as well as some of his counterparts simply because Ecuador isn't known for its wrestling. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But from the research that I gathered, I just don't think it's common for Ecuadorian wrestlers to have prestigious wrestling titles, be it an Olympic medal or even just having a high placement in an international tournament in general. But he's no slouch in the grappling department by any means, and we saw that in his fight against Neil Magny. Neil is a gatekeeper. If you can beat Neil, you deserve to be in the rankings because even after his losses against Carlos Prates and Michael Morales, he still managed to win his next two fights against Alicia Dos Santos and Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is the only decent win there. If I can take anything away from his fight against Neil Magny, it wouldn't be that much because he knocked him out in the first freaking round. But I do remember Neil having him in a body lock against the cage, and he had him there for an extended period. A lot longer than it would need to be for me to have certainty that he would defend the grappling of Sean Brady, one of the best grapplers in the division. We just saw his performance against Leon Edwards. For a long time, Leon Edwards was viewed as one of the best anti-grapplers in the sport, especially after his performance against Kamaru Usman in the third fight. But ever since he fought Bilal and Sean Brady, that narrative is no longer being pushed. But one thing I found interesting is that instead of actually crediting Bilal and Sean, they want to discredit Leon. If anything, I think it would be better to do both. And Sean beat Leon a lot more dominantly than Bilal. Bilal put a pace on him and managed to take 4 out of the 5 rounds, but he almost got finished in the fifth, and that's what made him lose it. At no point did Leon Edwards look like he was putting Sean Brady in danger. It was Sean from the first through the fourth. Even in the striking exchanges, Sean was blitzing Leon, landing the strikes, and even when he would take him down, he would just control him for extended periods. Then finally, he got a submission in the fourth round, a mounted guillotine, which is something you don't see too often, or is it just me? I just don't think we've seen enough from Michael Morales to be convinced that he can go in there with a proven veteran in Sean Brady. I'm only calling him a veteran because he has one elite win, whereas Michael doesn't. And that is why I'm picking Sean Brady to win either via unanimous decision or most probably a submission. You guys let me know whether or not you think Michael Morales is experienced enough or has enough notable wins for us to be convinced that he can beat Sean. And don't forget to like and subscribe.